terms of meditation, there's so many ideas about what meditation is and so many different kinds. What would you recommend, and how long and how often should people practice, and what kind of meditation?
That's a good question. And I'll do a shameless plug here and say that that exact question is why I wrote my book called The Meditation Manual, which you guys can pick up. Anyone watching this can get it on Amazon. I think it's $10, $11. I made it as short as possible. I think it's about 100 pages, maybe less. And it answers those exact questions. Essentially, why should I meditate? What exactly is meditation? And then I cover 4 of the major modes of meditation used around the world and kind of how to practice them, which one calls to you, and how to kind of continuously revitalize your meditative practice to understand what it means to be in the meditative space. You know, I've read a lot of books on meditation, and the problem I see with a lot of people is that they'll go to Barnes and Noble and there's a 500-page book on meditation, and it shouldn't be that complicated. You know, 500 pages is too much. And as I read through these books, I even realized this is going to confuse a lot of people and maybe push them away even, because it's almost too much of a good thing. So I try to make it as concise and simple as possible. But to answer your question, for those who aren't going to read it, it really just comes down to preference. Preference is the biggest thing. Which method feels like it's working best for you? You know, it's kind of like saying which food should be my favorite. Well, that comes down to whatever you prefer, right? You try all the foods, whichever ones you like, you enjoy those, and you keep eating those. You can't just decide before you try them. It doesn't work like that. So meditation is the same way. You can try mantra meditations, which is what these Rudraksha beads are, chanting japa, chanting the names of, you know, the divine gods of Hinduism, and remembering their powers and their infinite wisdom. That is you, and that kind of revitalizes you. You can sit and do zazen meditation, which is literally just the no mind meditation, sitting and facing the wall and allowing no thoughts whatsoever, being in that state of pure blankness and beingness. You can be in a space of, you know, you can practice vipassana, mindful meditation, sitting with that awareness of breath, completely being in that space of flux and flow, allowing the thoughts to flow freely, and just starting to learn how to let them pass through the mind without clinging to them. These are all very powerful methods, and the good thing is that they all work for different people. They're all very powerful. It just comes down to which method helps you the most. And that's why I wrote the book, so you can kind of see and practice simply all these different methods and figure out which one calls to you initially, and which one you feel like you are diving deepest with.